Right, so in the last few weeks, I've been called a champagne socialist on quite a few occasions. Sometimes very directly.
You fucking champagne socialist.
Sometimes kind of by association.
You're a hypocrite. You've got a bloody private house and a nice car and a job and you go on holiday to Florida and you go out drinking.
Yeah, they really said the thing about the drinking. And sometimes indirectly.
What I don't get is that once upon a time, Labour voters used to like wear donkey jackets and work down pit, and now they've got like a degree and a nice job and stuff like that. Hypocrite.
So I don't really care. People can call me names. I'm not bothered. But fundamentally, when somebody calls me a champagne socialist, I kind of have two issues with it. And both centre around the word socialism. They don't really understand it.
Number one.
So firstly, the demented logic of calling someone a champagne socialist implies that you can only stick up for the poor if you're poor. It kind of says that once you're rich, you need to stop being a socialist. By the way, I am not rich. I mean, if you define rich as being, you know, like someone with a good heart and perhaps people love them, then yeah, I'm really rich. But if you define someone as being rich as having lots of zeros in the bank account, ain't me. The only zeros I've got in my bank account are in my fucking PIN number. So their logic is that if you've managed to accrue any wealth whatsoever, then you must immediately give all of that wealth to the homeless, and then you can carry on spouting off about poor people and inequality. Makes no sense. And what happens if once you were poor and you were a socialist and then like you became rich? What happens then?
Margaret, I've done double shifts at the factory this week and I've got £300 in the bank. So I'm going to hand in my socialist card. Bring me the firstborn, I'm hungry.
So this is where it's just not logical. You can only be a socialist if you stay poor forever. Russell Brand wrote in his book, when I was poor and I campaigned for fairness and equality, then people said that I was bitter and jealous. And now that I'm rich and I campaign for fairness and equality, people just call me a hypocrite. I just think people don't want fairness and equality on the agenda.
Number two.
The second and bigger problem with the term champagne socialist is that people don't really understand what socialism is. It's not, by the way, someone that wears a donkey jacket and used to work down the pit and wants a good ruckus with the police. And many people confuse socialism with communism. Makes no sense. Socialism can be summed up in one beautiful, glorious sentence. I'm going to teach you what socialism is. And you might be looking down at the time left on this video going,
but Rick, how on earth are you going to teach us the workings of socialism in the next couple of minutes?
It's really easy. Socialism can be summed up in just a simple sentence. The necessities of the functioning of a society are run without profit. That's it. That beautiful, beautiful sentence sums up socialism, and it sums up my belief as it does millions of other people. The necessities of society, stuff like education and healthcare and police forces and prisons and stuff like that, should be run without profit. That is, that there isn't some kind of fat cat company, Circle, Virgin, or Capita, Southeast Trains, G4S, fuckers that messed up the Olympics. None of those companies are there creaming off a big chunk of the profits for themselves, because that just doesn't feel right. Prisons should be run not for profit. If they're run for profit, then kind of weird things happen, like those companies lobby the government to change the law, which means more people go to prison so they make more profits. That's just wrong. The necessities of society run without profit. There's nothing in that beautiful sentence that doesn't say that I have to hand over all of my money to the homeless every month. Necessities of society are run without profit, and Ricky is not allowed a fucking holiday to Florida. There's nothing in it that says Charlotte Church can't wear a nice dress on a red carpet and go to a film premiere and still campaign for fairness and equality. Or that, you know, Russell Brand's got like 70 million quid for his latest film. As long as he pays his taxes, I've got no beef. Things would be completely different if I said that I was an anarchic communist, where I thought that all property was theft and money should be abolished, then you can call me a hypocrite.
Hypocrite.
Champagne socialists then, on the other hand, are people that could afford a train ticket from Nottingham to London, open return, purchased on the morning of travel. That train ticket might cost like £300. What? Whilst I might be able to afford that, by the way, I am not rich, I kind of recognise that quite a lot of people can't afford it, and society would be better off if perhaps that train ticket wasn't so fucking extortionate and we could all afford it and all benefit from going backwards and forwards from Nottingham to London. What people are doing when they denounce people as a champagne socialist is they're saying, do you know what, mate, you've got far too much empathy. You're thinking about other people, and now that you've got some money, you should just pack it in. Think about yourself. But I'm sorry, I'm never going to do that. Now, since I turned 18 and was able to vote, none of the political parties in this country have operated any kind of socialism. Let's be a Tory but wear a red tie. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's why I believe in somebody like Jeremy Corbyn, somebody that believes that the railway should be renationalised, the NHS should be free from corporate interest, our schools shouldn't be run as private companies where the students are commodities. That's why this June I'll be voting for Jeremy Corbyn, and hopefully you will too. Please like and share.